let's look at just any one of these. We'll look at 2.6. Look at one of my open formatives here. So if I look at this responses, I have two different classes. Obviously, it's a 36-point assignment. I've got a couple of students who have taken it. If I export this as a score grid, let's do that first. Student responses, spreadsheet, all rows. I'll do the export. It'll pull it up for me. I'll open it. And here is the export. So it's got a lot of this stuff that I don't need, but here it is, the total score for each student. I'll generally go back and I'll sort all this stuff. I'll take out, I don't need those items necessarily. So let me sort this all first. So if I have the class right here, we sort it by last name, sorted by class. Okay, so here's that third hour, all these students up to this point. I was just looking at. So like the two students that didn't take it, let me look right here and see who didn't take it. Lozano and Norman. If I look at this, Lozano and Norman's not on there. So when I'm entering these in my grade book, I've got to pay attention. I need to skip. There's a 0 right there because this person didn't take it. If I'm just in, I can't just go down and enter these in alphabetical order in my grade book, my grade sheet. I can't do that because I have to pay attention to what's missed. So that's why I was exploring other options. So I went back and I said, well, what if I tried the export by data table instead? Because I'd never done that. I wanted to see what it did. And so exporting the data table instead gave me this for the same formative. This has 39 possible points. Now it lists the students that didn't do it. There's Lozano and Norman. This is great. This is a complete list. I can go down and enter into a grade book, except where it's wrong. 39 points. And some of these I find, even if I just subtract 3 points from everybody, that may not always work for that. Let's see, 11.25. So yeah, you got 11.25. Here's the transfer grade. Let me go down to somebody on the other side. 24. Sorry, I had 24. Let's look and see what that comes up on here. See, it shows him with a 25. So if I subtract 3 from all these scores, his would say he'd have a 22, which is not correct because when I look at the actual formative, for some reason he's got 24 out of 36. Boyd Moon has 23. What did it give her? Gave her a 25. See, gave both of them 25. That's not what they scored. It's not off by 3 like these others that got full points. It's off by 3. So I don't understand what information this is giving me. When I export this, it's not useful because I have to go back and check every grade individually to see, was it really 4 less than total, and the total is wrong, and I don't know why. And this is every formative. I'm just picking one as an example. Every formative, the total points does not match up with the actual total points and possible points. Because as we can see on there, this is only a 36-point assignment. If we go back to the edit even to look at the actual assignment at the bottom, it tells us total points is a 36-point assignment. So one export doesn't show students that have a 0, they haven't submitted it yet. The other one has all the students, which is great, but the scores are wrong. So I'm having to do extra work either way to get it in my grade book because it just doesn't match up with what I'm trying to do here.